Alright, YouTube. I'm going to reload that transformer that we loaded up or unloaded a couple weeks ago. This is a very simple job. Christian's plenty capable of doing this job on his own, 100%. But you know, I like excuses to get out of the office and go do stuff. So, and this is, we finally got everything, hopefully, knock on wood, worked out with the 75 ton. Haven't used it for a while, so the guys at the water plant were kind of doing and on over the 50 ton when I took it out there a couple weeks ago, so I figured I'd bring the big girl today. Christian's gonna meet me out here. Him and Trent were working on a project down the road on a piece of property, and I was at the office, so I told him I'd just grab a truck and meet him down there. I haven't drove this thing in a while. I took it, we lifted that FedEx truck out of a ditch here. That was, what was that, probably a month ago. And it had been back at the factory in Tennessee. And I had to do that job without the remote, so we got the remote all worked out. Issues we were having there. Like I said, knock on wood, hopefully we don't have any more. Don't plan on having any issues. Check my camera. The water plant isn't far from our water treatment facility, I guess. I don't know what you call it, what the proper term is. Somebody comment what the proper term is. It's just right down here a few blocks. So love this truck. I've missed not having it usable. Big gal. She's heavy. I don't know if they've built any more of these. I know when this one was built, I think it was the first 75 ton that they ever did with a sleeper chassis. I'm sure there's been several more since then, but I don't know, just kind of gave it this unique look. And it's the 589 chassis, so it has the long, tall hood. I think it's the, oh, what is that other chassis? The 567, where the hood kind of slants down. I don't know, I just kind of makes the overall profile of the truck look bigger, beefier, you know. But this transformer, if I remember correctly, it's 8,000 pounds, which isn't a big deal at all. Lake City Towing. $145 is our in-town rate. Yep. Okay. Yep. Up the price $10 in town with the freaking fuel the way it is. You know, it's what, $6 a gallon now, I think. Usually our in-town rate was $135 for a long time, but I had to bump it up to $145, which is still reasonable compared to other folks around. Man, that Jeep about clipped us. So the transport company, they were supposed to let me know when they were like a half hour away. They said between 8 and noon. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to sit there for 4 hours, obviously. Just let me know when you're a half hour away. And then didn't hear from them and didn't hear from them, and it got to be like right at noon. And then they called and they said, we're on site. I'm like, okay. Helpful. No big deal. Actually at, I don't see truck and trailer back there. crowd of people the last time I was out here. Maybe they're not expecting us. Hopefully they got it all unhooked. Yep, there he is. Okay. Get us another camera view. I just got some of these mounts. Just playing around with different camera angles and stuff. I told these you need the small ones. Matt, he said he put them back in here. $8,000.
I was bringing telehandler out here picking up sound on the trailer.
I don't know why they
It's got nice little fork pockets. You can put the big ones in.
they requested a Rotator.
Well, that's oh, my bad. Sorry, I put it back down since I seen you doing that.
Right. Do her up, Hot Rod. I just wanted to get out of the office. You don't need me to do it. Moment of truth.
Wow, look at that. Miller Industries.
The boom hasn't swung in so long, it's rusted shut.
Yeah, pins locked.
If you want to get this way, we'll swing it off the back and just set it on there. Remember what I told you, Trent? What do you do when you're using 4 straps in one pick point?
Oh, we married the line last time.
Well, that, you don't need to do that with this much weight in this truck. You want a big shackle here.
Did we?
Yeah. That's fine. Should have had Matt come. He would have known that.
We would have found it on YouTube.
Pretty big gal. Oh yeah, sorry guys, we forgot about one really important bolt. Meeting question mark. Folks, so rigging wise, like we said, it's not heavy. Yellow endless loops, just 4 of them. They're good for 8,400 pounds, 8.5 ton shackles. 7/8 cable is good for 22,000 pounds. The boom all the way out off the back of this truck is good for 36,000 pounds. So he's going to be pretty much boomed out all the way to reach this at 30 degrees, mind you. Maybe it won't be boomed out all the way. It's got another 6 feet in it. Love that truck. I picked, the most I've ever done with it was that dry bulk tanker that I mid-air rolled. That was like right at 60,000 pounds, 59, 60,000 pounds. The old 75 ton I ran, I did a 69,000 pound coil off the side with that one. It had the shorter outriggers, so I was skeptical when we did that job. That was a fun job. It was freaking cold that day over in Putnam County. It's the biggest coil I ever dealt with. We're only using 32,000 or 32% of our capacity. It shows 9,000 pounds. Well, probably 1,000 of that is boom. I took the camera off. They'll have to, I'm sure they got a forklift here.
Yeah.
But I didn't unload that. I only unloaded this. other side there should be some of them wipes. Heading back to the shop, driving the big gal. See if I can set this camera up here for a set. Probably fall down. See how good of a driver I am. Probably not very. It's gonna wiggle. That's all right. So had, like I said on the way there, Christian's perfectly capable of doing that by himself. Even Trent would be fine doing that. They were just out doing something else. He's gonna meet you down there with the wrecker. So super quick, super simple. It's, I love doing stuff for local companies and public, what would you call that? Public office. So like City of Findlay, the water treatment, or the fire department, or whoever. When it's like local government stuff, like when those people are trusting you to do a job, that always, even if it's something simple, it's nice. I appreciate them calling. Or I don't remember actually who. I think it was the people who actually rented them the generator that contacted us about doing that job, if I recall correctly, a few weeks ago. So yeah, either way, like doing stuff locally. I guess most of what we do is locally, but it's not always towing the truck and trailer from Toronto, work down, doing stuff for local people. You get to know the people, see the same faces, usually the same customers and stuff. So, yeah. So, almost back. I'm hungry. It's chilly here today. It's April 30th today. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. My boy Maximus has his second baseball game tonight, so excited for that. Love watching. He loves baseball, and if my boys have been in enough of these videos, people that watch it consistently, they probably, being a dad is the most important thing to me on this planet. So anytime I can watch them do something that they love is tickles my heart. So we'll do that this evening. Pick them up from school here after a bit. And yeah. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.